A good shepherd loves the sheep, and they will know his voice. His call is a stewardship, and so one of faithfulness and trust. His responsibility is to feed the flock, to lead them in and out of good pasture, and to cause them to lie down and find rest. He is to seek out that which is lost, to bring again that which is driven away, to gather those that are scattered. He is to bind up that which is broken and to strengthen that which is feeble and sick. Because oversight has been committed to the shepherd, he must protect and guide his flock. The shepherd's life is a life of solitude, and so he must often walk alone. It was here that David learned the sling and the first skills of war, but for the purpose of protecting the flock from wild beasts that would devour. It was here he learned the faithfulness of God with the lion and the bear. Here he learned to offer praise from a pure heart and true worship born of intimacy with God. Here he heard the choruses of creation and wondered at the works of this one whose majesty and splendor they declared. But above all else, here is the beginning of David's secret life with God. This was the crucible for that season of his life when he knew not his destiny nor his call, but here he grew in true relationship with God. Here was the very foundation of that intimate walk of the one of whom it is said was a man after God's own heart. David, the shepherd. Though a shepherd often walks alone, a warrior must walk with others. For though a warrior may fight a champion alone, he cannot alone fight a war. And so it is that he must know the trust of fellow soldiers. Also he must know authority, for disobedience on the field of battle moves from a choice to treason. Fear can have no place in his life, for hesitation to act may tip the scales toward life or death, victory or defeat. He must know vision and purpose, his place and his part. Above all, if he would truly know conquest, he must have a cause, a king, or a kingdom he considers worthy to die for. Here was the season of David's life in which he was revealed before men. Here was the crucible for that time between his anointing and the receiving of the promise. Here was his wilderness between his call and his destiny fulfilled. Here too was his trial of tribulation and perseverance. David the warrior. All governmental authority, political power, and national resource are entrusted to the one crowned king. To him is given honor and glory, a throne and a scepter. To him is committed all authority to execute judgment and power to enforce his decrees. To him is given the kingdom and subjects, whom in righteousness he is called to minister unto and serve, rather than lord over, with a yoke of oppression. Here is the season of David's life, where he comes into the fulfillment of his call and his destiny. Here the shepherd who guided his flock now guides a nation. Though tribulation and perseverance prove a man, yet also there is a trial in his blessing and his gifting. Certainly authority and power will expose the character of a man, revealing his heart before all. Nothing will remain hidden. So here we see David's greatest heights and greatest depths. Here we see his passion to bring the ark and presence of God to Jerusalem, and to build a house and dwelling place for the God of glory. Here also we see his tragic fall, Bathsheba, Uriah, and then his restoration, though with great loss. To whom much is given, much shall be required. David the king. The good shepherd will give his life for the sheep. The true warrior will give his life for his lord the king. The noble king will give his life for the kingdom and his subjects. The true worshiper will give his life as an offering unto the Lord his God. Here is the everlasting call, one for both this world and the one to come. Here is the highest call, to give unto the Lord that which he seeks and searches for. And this call will always be one which any may answer if they so choose to. The Father seeks true worshipers, and above all else, David was a man of worship. Whether a shepherd A warrior or king, David was first a worshiper. True worship is birthed from intimacy with God, and David gave expression of his love for the Lord from the overflow of his communion with Him. Whether shouts of victory and celebration, or weeping in dust and ashes, whether through songs of high praise or groans from the depths of his heart, here was the true secret of this lowly shepherd exalted to the throne of the kingdom. Here was the highest call and true greatness of this youngest son of Jesse, this one whom we call David, the worshiper.